I just recently did a podcast with this person who, a diplomat, who said that we also need to train people who come on television, which includes spokespersons, which includes experts, which includes defense experts, finance experts, especially defense experts. When it comes to national security, किसी की training नहीं है. कोई भी retired person comes, doesn't know what the Indian government's point of view is regarding. And when we are in the middle of an operation, because Sindoor is not yet over, when we are in the middle of an operation, they go on various TV channels and give a line as if representing Government of India, because Government of India doesn't take part in debates. So they represent, and then some of them wear the caps and come.
Badges and come.
And the badges. So it seems like they are speaking on behalf of the military when they are not part of the military anymore. And also many of them do not know because they have not interacted.
They are out of the loop.
They are out of the loop. Several years ago, 10, 15 years ago, similarly with diplomats or with defense. Do you guys agree that there should be workshops by think tanks for spokespersons and for experts?
They should.
Either by think tanks or even by media houses, who are calling them. So supposing you have 3 or 4 or 5 people on your panel, look, there's also a certain idiom on the basis of which you need to be talking to people. Many of the people who come do not know the idiom. They do not understand what is the audience you are addressing. Sometimes you are addressing a local audience. Sometimes you are addressing an international audience. Now, maybe if you are on a Hindi channel or any vernacular channel, you can, there is a local audience you are addressing. But if you are talking in, on an English channel, you also have an international audience that you are addressing. And if you are using lingo, which is understood within India but not outside India, then your messaging is wrong. So it's a science in itself which people need to be taught or at least be informed of. And people who are defense experts, when they come on screen, they have a certain expertise which none of us have. They have experience on ground. And when they are talking about how operations are done, stuff like that, they bring a lot to the table. But when they start talking about stuff about which they don't know anything, they mess it up. And the messaging which goes across is probably not the messaging which should be going across.
It happened with a friendly country, right? During Sindoor with Iran?
It's happened with many countries, It's not just with friendly countries. Look, even with some enemy countries, say for example China, there is a certain sensitivities involved when you are dealing even with China, right? You don't deal with China the same way you deal with Pakistan.
That's true.
Right? You don't deal with Bangladesh the same way you deal with Pakistan. Okay?
Would you think you feel that you should?
I think more than training the people who come on the panels, I think it's the journalists and the interviewers who should be trained. Yeah, anchors.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching ANI podcast with Smita Prakash.
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा.
The issue is टूटा है क्या भारत?
400 पार का मतलब ये है कि संविधान खतरे में है.
क्या हम लोग ये निर्देश देते हैं कि फला को गिरफ्तार करके जेल डाल दें?
वही तो कह रहे हैं सब.
ये बेबुनियाद निराधार आरोप.
सच्चा सुनना चाहो देखो स्मिता प्रकाश ANI. It does not lie.